Hey guys, I'm back. So today is March 11th of 2023. It's around 10:13 p.m. right now, and I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. So, um, I had a big fight with my family today, mainly regarding what I'm going to do in the future. And to them, college is something that is very important. And to me, college is I'm starting to see I'm starting to see the things that I don't like about college, and maybe I'm singling them out. But it just seems like the things I'm learning in college is not designed to use in the real world. Rather, things that they, teach in college is more of an extension to the knowledge you can acquire anywhere else. And a lot of the times, the courses are designed to be redundant, to be slow in delivery, so people can quote unquote, understand it better, so they can pace it for all students and their academic prowess. But if you translate that, it just means they teach you at a really slow pace, so you learn slowly and you pay them more money. It might be a pessimistic way of thinking about college, but I don't see the application of it very much. And well, to my parents, however, college is very important to them, and they spent so much money on me in order to let me go to college. Specifically, they enrolled me into a private high school. They spent thousands and thousands of dollars helping me be a pianist, helping me do things like I learned a bunch of instruments like violin, piano. I learned how to sing, how to dance a little, and she also enrolled me in a bunch of academic courses. Like she enrolled me in things like debate class, in science class, and all these things so that I can be what she calls quote unquote successful. And so I kind of brought up the topic that I wanted to drop out of college today, and she didn't take it very lightly. She noticed like she was very disappointed. She was yelling. The main thing she did was she was crying, which that really hurts. It's 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 heartbreaking when you see your mom cry. But at the same time, am I doing something wrong for the fact that I want to fight for the life I want to live? And I can see why she doesn't like it when I mentioned I want to drop out of college, because she did spend her life, and our family, just to give you some context, did immigrate from China all the way here. I'm a second generation immigrant, well, I was born in Canada, and English was pretty much my mother tongue. But she grew up in a very conservative Chinese family. So college, that was like the utmost respectful, like the highest tier of success in their life. And they spent so much money to get me there. And when I told her that I don't want to do this anymore, I can see why she's going to be heartbroken. But the problem is, I don't see what the point of a college degree is. Because in this world, in this era, knowledge can be acquired in just the snap of a finger or a click of a search engine. And whether if you're getting a degree on economics or you're getting a degree on psychology, what can't be learned online? And that's my question. Is it really worth dedicating 4 years of your lifetime to something like a college degree program when you can learn most of it online? I guess to a certain extent, it's more about the connections that you gain and the mentorships that you may receive. But if you're going to throw 4 years of your life away in exchange for what they call college, and the time and the money that you put into it, rather than concentrating your efforts on starting things that you want to do, is it really worth it? If you want to get into med or something that's technical, that's a different story. But something that's like business or commerce, is it really worth it? And frankly, my mom, my grandma was also very upset because of their expectations, right? But the more I talked to them, the more I realized it's not about me so much, actually. Obviously, they care about me, but the reason why they're so mad at me isn't because I was dropping out of college. It was because I dropped out of college after she spent so much money, she spent so much time, spent so much of her effort and sweat to get me to this level. And that's also the thing I feel the worst about. You know, the whole Asian stereotype of disappointing your family. Well, my generation didn't really have siblings, and frankly, most of the pressure is weighed onto my shoulders, and she makes it seem like it's not. But there's things I want to do, there's things I want to buy, there's things I want to enjoy and experience in life that I can't right now because I'm restricted by this thing called money. But why? To what extent should I listen to my own mother, my own family's advice on how I should live my life? I've been pretty much living like, for lack of better words, like a dog in my family for the last 18 years. Whenever she enrolled me in piano classes, I went. Whenever she enrolled me in things like karate, things like social studies class, I also went. And eventually I built up this identity of this good boy, essentially, and someone that did not defy the expectations of their parents. And the more I think about it, was I happy? No, I wasn't. In fact, I was miserable. There's things that I liked. I liked math, I liked science in school, but a lot of the times I liked them because I was good at them. It was because my mom put so much money into them. It was because my mom put so much effort, and I had to spend so much effort into them. And that's why I felt bad. I felt I was disappointing my own identity and also my own family. But at the same time, I want to succeed. And I don't feel like college is the right choice for me. It's at least not the right path for me. It's like this feeling from the bottom of your heart, like a genuine disgust towards what you're doing right now and the general disinterest towards your current lifestyle. But there's something in the distance that excites you, that you see yourself doing in the future, that you can see yourself thriving and you can see yourself progressing in that direction. And to me, whether if that's SMMA or if that's entrepreneurship, I can see myself doing it and I get so excited to do it. But at the same time, what about my family? My mom, she said she was going to disown me if I dropped out of college. But is she really going to do that? For the sake of a scrap piece of paper? Is she going to really sever the 18 years of love that we had as mother and child? To be fair, my mom did have a very hard life, and especially after she divorced my dad. I was like 1 year old or something. I was barely born. And she had to take the whole weight of her shoulders off our family by moving to Canada and starting a business of her own without any English, pretty much. I can tell how hard it was for her. But even if that was the case, how should that influence my decision as a man to progress along my path of purpose? If I follow those who are ordinary, how can I expect to be extraordinary, right? My mom's a brilliant businesswoman, and the fact that she was able to sustain us and eventually buy a house meant she was brilliant. But at the same time, she's so oblivious towards money, and especially how the world works at this point. And for example, buying a house, buying a car, the Porsche that we got, it was great, but the amount of debt we got into, I'd rather live in a two-bedroom apartment than to get a house and live in constant fear of debt. in mortgage debt, especially. If I feel like there's definitely something wrong with my mom mentally, because she's irritable, very irritable, and I'm pretty sure she's overweight and probably obese. I can see her health deteriorating day by day, whether that's the white hairs on her temples or the thyroid nodules that she's been getting. But it doesn't make sense why the world makes you work so hard, but then you gotta sacrifice something of equivalent value in return. And especially, as a man, I feel ashamed that she has to go through that. And I feel like I'm failing something within myself, that she has to go through something like this. But under this pressure, I have to choose whether I should listen to her and have her expectations and live the life that she tells me to, and finish this college degree. Because there's definitely more than 2 years more than my college degree, and I want to start doing my business now, but I want to focus on my business, and I want to do things that I think is purposeful, and I want to do things that I ultimately want to do. But at the same time, I don't want to make my mom feel like she's wasted her whole life, wasted 18 years of her life on her child that eventually will disappoint her. That must be devastating. Imagine all the progress you've worked on for 18 years, just gone because someone said so. I think life should be lived with purpose. I think I should chase purpose. But under what cost does this purpose, occur that I have to pay for it? I don't care if, she kicks me out. I'll find a way to climb back up, and I won't hate her for it. But what if she gets sick for doing that? What if she gets sick from worrying? What if she gets sick from the stress and anger? But at the same time, what about me? What about myself? What about my purpose and my goals? What about the things I want to do, right? What about the businesses I want to start? What about the purpose that I want to set out to achieve? Should I do it or not? That's the problem. That's my question. And I've always been a good student. At least that's my identity. I've always been a good student. I've always been someone that, somewhat listened to instructions, I would say. But it's come to the decision, it's come to the part where I realized that no one cares about what you like, right? It's all about what you give them. And the world is revolving around value and how you can exchange value for someone else's value, whether that's money, that's time, or that's a convenience thing. It doesn't matter. And if you want to escape, what Andrew Tate calls the matrix, if you want to escape ordinary, you're going to have to work for it. And I understand that principle very well, and I'm very prepared to do that. But the only thing that's holding me back is my family. And this SMMA business, I want to do it. I really do. And I'll do whatever it takes to succeed. But first, I gotta get this family issue sorted out. Thank you so much, guys. I'll catch you in the next video.